Hello everyone, good afternoon everyone. My name is Felicia. I am from Sunway University, but today I'm wearing the hat of the community member of the Nasopharyngeal Carcinoma Society of Malaysia, or NPCSM. So I'm just going to give you a brief introduction of NPC and the society. Next slide, please. So the reason we're studying NPC is because relatively few people are doing it. So NPC is relatively more common in Asia and certain parts of Africa compared to the rest of the world. So if you see the map on the left, the darker blue spots are where NPCs are more common. And you might notice that in the Western world, it is relatively rare compared to in Southeast Asia. And so because of that, NPCs are relatively less studied, and that has a trickle-down effect on the outcomes of the patients. So being in this region of high risk, we decided that we need to take up the challenge and bring together all the NPC researchers to better study this form of cancer. So even though it's quite rare overseas, in Malaysia, in fact, it is one of the top 15 most common cancers, and it turned up in the slide earlier. And in fact, if you rank all the countries in the world by NPC incidence, Malaysia is number 4. Okay, so this is from GlobalCan data, and the challenges in treating NPC is that it often presents late, and there are severe side effects from current treatments, and there are currently no targeted therapy for NPC. Next slide, please. So the NPC Society of Malaysia, in fact, is comprised of clinicians and researchers who are interested in NPC research. So the prime focus of NPCSM is research, and that is why our president at this very moment is in the other workshop presenting in cancer research. But it was only in the last year and a half or so that we started to branch out into screening, and that's why we have a representative here as well. Okay, so the vision in general is to reduce the burden of NPC in Malaysia. And as I mentioned, the prime mission is to support research on NPC. So it provides a platform for NPC researchers and clinicians to speak together. It organizes the NPC Research Day, which is the only meeting actually within the region dedicated to NPC, has been doing so for the last few years. And only recently the society has started to go into awareness and screening. Next slide, please. Okay, so currently we have 147 members, and as I mentioned, the prime goal is to promote research. Next slide, please. But since this is the screening section, I'm going to talk a little bit about the screening activities that we have been doing in the past 1.5 years. So we have rolled out free nasal endoscopies for people who fall into the risk group, high risk group. So we go to public events, hitch on to existing events, because we are quite new in this field, so we don't really organize the entire events by ourselves, but wherever possible we join other events and provide these free screenings and triage. So the society provides sponsorship of the probes, and so far approximately 50 individuals have been screened within the last year and a half, and these are the 50 individuals who have made it past the triage. So a lot more individuals have come and learned more about NPC through our activities, and it's just that they didn't fall in the high-risk group in the end, so in the end 50 people were screened. I know it falls far, far short of the 20,000 from the other NGOs, but we are quite new in this. Again, it was the last 1.5 years, and all of us have full-time jobs. We are literally 0 full-time staff in this organization, and we have fairly demanding jobs, I would say. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay, aside from that, we promote NPC awareness by organizing our NPC Awareness Day. That's where we try to reach out to the public. Here we have, it ties together with the screening activity. So here we provide the public with information on NPC. We do a little quizzes, give them some prizes. You know, Malaysians love free stuff. So this is a way to entice them to come and learn more about NPC. And also our ENT specialists and our researchers provide talks to the general public as well. Okay, next slide, please. We have also produced leaflets to give information about NPC to members of the public. We have done it in all 3 languages. If you so desire, you can scan to download. We were providing them at our booth earlier, but our member has already taken them home, unfortunately, so I can't hand it out now. But anyway, the digital version is always free for you to download. Okay, next slide, please. So aside from that, the NPCSM has had a presence in some other meetings, including the participation in Relay for Life organized by NCSM and also in the launch of World Cancer Day in 2020. Next slide, please. And that's all. We are a very small organization. And yeah, the organizers are very happy that I didn't run over the time limit. So please feel free to ask me any questions and I'll try my best to answer them. Okay.